people who experienced the actual murders of their friends and family are speaking out in the wake of the premiere of Ryan Murphy's scripted Netflix series Dahmer Monster, The Jeffrey Dahmer Story. Hi there guys, and welcome back to another video on our channel. Hope you're all doing well today. Keep watching this video to find out how Jeffrey Dahmer's family reacts to Netflix series. Where is Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Butcher's family? Some important facts are omitted in the new Netflix dramatization of Jeffrey Dahmer's life and crimes, including what happened to the serial killer's younger brother David Dahmer. The brothers grew up together, as the show portrays. In his 1993 biography, The Shrine of Jeffrey Dahmer, Brian Masters claimed that David once witnessed his older brother performing an animal dissection. When their parents divorced, Jeffrey and David Dahmer were divided. Separation followed the divorce of their parents, Lionel and Joyce Dahmer, who, according to Masters' book, each accused the other of extreme cruelty and gross neglect of duty. When the murderer was apprehended and it became widely known that he had killed over 17 people, the younger brother of the Milwaukee Butcher made the decision to assume a new identity. Although his identity is still unknown, Lionel Dahmer and his partner Shari, who is also portrayed by Molly Ringwald in the Netflix film, claimed in a 2004 interview with Larry King that David had a career and was then expecting his second child as a result. He is 56 years old as of now. Jeffrey Dahmer's parents. The Milwaukee Butcher's father, who is currently 86 years old, lives in Ohio and decided to retire from public life in 2020 after spending many years criticizing his son's crimes. In fact, the chemist described Jeffrey's early years in a book he titled A Father's Story. In it, he discusses how Jeffrey's crimes affected him, strengthened their bond, and how Jeffrey confessed that he put himself in Jeffrey's place during the trial. He published it in March 1994, just a few months before his son was murdered. However, some passages were hastily criticized, particularly when he discusses the potential reasons why his son might have committed these crimes. In the book, he makes the claims that the drugs his wife was taking while she was pregnant might have had a negative effect on the baby's brain development. He also wonders if Jeffrey's shyness as a child was a covert indication of his propensity for murder, and takes responsibility for not giving Jeffrey the emotional support he undoubtedly needed. Lionel made frequent visits during Jeffrey's brief incarceration, and each one always started with a hug. The mother of Jeffrey Dahmer passed away from aggressive breast cancer in 2000. In the 1970s, when her son was 18 years old, and following several years of arguments and discontent because of the chemist's determination to obtain a doctorate, she divorced Lionel. She claimed that there was never any red flags and referred to Jeffrey as a normal boy. Before she passed away, she openly stated that she wanted Jeffrey's brain donated to science so that it could be examined to determine if there was a reason for the brutal character of the cannibal, but Lionel chose cremation. According to some of her testimony, she was never able to get over the fact that her son had a criminal record. She said in 1993, "I wake up every morning and for a split second I don't know. I'm Jeffrey Dahmer's mother, and then it all floods in." Even worse, she attempted suicide twice. Once in the months prior to her son's death, and once more before his birthday in 1996. The first time, she lit a gas oven and forgot to close the door. Fortunately, she was discovered before she perished. The second time, after failing to poison herself with carbon monoxide in the garage, she dialed 911 herself. Victims' families are speaking out. Most notably, the 19-year-old victim Errol Lindsay's relatives have had negative reactions to the true crime drama and the ways it has made them relive and be re-traumatized by such a tragic experience, including his sister Rita Isbell and a cousin named Eric, who was later identified as Eric Perry by the Wrap. Isbell wrote an essay for Insider that what she saw of the series bothered me, especially when I saw my name come across the screen and this lady saying verbatim exactly what I said. Deshaun Barnes had recreated Isbell's emotional victim impact statement word for word on screen. Suddenly, she said, it felt like reliving it all over again. It brought back every emotion I was experiencing at the time. The only part I saw was the episode with me. I didn't see the entire program. I don't have to see it. I experienced it firsthand. She continued, I know exactly what happened. Resharing a side-by-side video of Isbell's testimony, Perry wrote on Twitter, like, recreating my cousin having an emotional breakdown in court in the face of the man who tortured and murdered her brother is wild. The reason this show was upsetting for her and the rest of her family was also explained by him. It repeatedly re-traumatizes, but for what reason? Tweet: I'm not telling anyone what to watch. I know true crime media is huge right now, but if you're actually curious about the victims, my family, the Isbels, are ticked about this show. It's re-traumatizing over and over again, and for what? How many movies, shows, documentaries do we need? Not only that, but both Lindsay's cousin and Isbel claimed they were not notified about the series and nor were they paid for their story. Perry stated on Twitter that no, they don't need to notify or pay anyone because everything is public record. My family learned before anyone else. Isbel reaffirmed that claim by saying that she was never contacted about the show. Tweet: okay, I didn't expect that tweet to get this much attention. To answer the main question, no, they don't notify families when they do this. It's all public record, so they don't have to notify or pay anyone. My family found out when everyone else did. On the 10-episode series, Evan Peters portrays an adult Jeffrey Dahmer. Richard Jenkins plays his father Lionel. Molly Ringwald is his stepmom Shari.